don't have my face on yet. Why do you always do that?
You're okay.
What's up, everybody? John from Old Running Farm here. Thanks for joining us. Today, this is actually the end of this video, but I'm gonna start filming it now. So if you've been watching our past few videos about the greenhouse, look how good it looks. You know that we had previously sunk posts, and that's how we set everything up. Turns out we need a zoning permit for this. So we had to cut out the posts, as you can see, dig up the things that were buried, and set this on blocks. Very not fun, but we made it happen, so we're all good there. So real quick, I'm just gonna run through kind of what we did here. We got the roof on now, and so it is set up with these corrugated plastic sheets right here. And basically, any point that there's gonna be an air trap, you'll see that there's these little space fillers, and they exactly match the corrugation thing there. And then we have these so that when it goes down, water won't seep in. So it's all set. So I'll take you through and show you what we did to make it happen. Let's get to work. So today we're going to be working on getting the roof all set up. What we're going to do is figure out how high our peak is going to be for our roof. And then once we figure out how high the roof peak is going to be, we're going to set up a jig that's going to hold the ridge beam up there. And then once that's set up, we can figure out our rafter length, cut our birds' mouths, and then put them up. But basically, I want to have a higher roof pitch on this. Since we're using the corrugated plastic roofing material, I want to make sure that no snow or ice gets stuck on there. So I want to have, I think ideally I would have a 612 roof pitch, which means for every 12 inches of length this way, the roof goes up 6 inches. So the width of our greenhouse is 146 inches, a little over 12 feet. So our center point is going to be right around 6 feet. And so in order to do a 612 roof pitch, which is what we're going for, you're going to calculate from the very outside to the very center, which is, again, 6 feet. So there's 6 steps of 12. And so we're going up 6 inches for every 12. So that's going to make it 36 inches from the very top. So that means the peak of our roof, the very top, is going to be 3 feet from the top plate here. Let's get to work. Okay, so what I have done here, I have marked my center line and I put this board 3/4 of an inch to the left of it. Because remember, the center is going to be the center of the ridge beam. I'm using a 2x6, so it's going to be 1.5 inches wide. So you want that center to be directly in the center, which means this is my actual center line right here. But since I'm going to be sort of hanging the ridge board from this, I need that to be off the side so that when it's pressed directly against that board, it's right down the center. And so I did the same thing over here. And I did kind of cut it out of the video. I screwed up. I originally put these right up against the center line and I measured everything wrong. That's why it's very important to measure twice, cut once, all that kind of nonsense. And so basically, so my center line is actually right here, which is on the right-hand side of this board. And so that's because I'm going to have my ridge beam sitting there. And I'm now realizing that that's not going to work. And while I am not super exact, it does pay to try to get as close to exact as you can. And it ended up the other side was about 2 inches wider. But again, this just needs to be kind of, dead on the center, so that doesn't really matter. We are all good, I hope. So now it's time to cut down the ridge board to the length that it needs to be, and then we're gonna start hanging it up. Let's get to work. So we've gotten all the rafters up. Catherine's painting. Say hi, Catherine. Okay, there's Pepper supervising. And so I've now cut all these little in-between boards. So they're gonna go in between all the rafters. Because the corrugated panels that we got need at least a 36-inch on-center support going horizontally. So you also saw us use a chalk line to mark out where they're all gonna go. We're gonna see if we can get all these in before dark. All right, sorry if it's real dark out here. After work, I was able to just put a little bit of time in and finish blocking on the roof. So now we have all the blocks in there. You can see going right down there, and right down there in 3-foot increments. And then I started to put up the roof panels, but we gotta paint them white before we get going on that. So I think it's a little too cold to paint them at the moment. But everything's looking good, it's coming together well. So last week we were able to start painting this, and then we got hit with a bunch of really crappy weather, so we had to stop. And it is much warmer today. See, the snow is melting. Chickens are much happier. The alpacas are much happier. And now we can finally start or finish painting the rafters, because we have to paint them before we put the plastic roofing on, so we haven't been able to do that until now. So hopefully we'll be able to get that done today. Let's get to work. All right, so now we got everything painted, or at least everything painted that needs painting. I'm now gonna work on getting the roof panels on. So we got these corrugated plastic panels. I'm a little bit nervous, never done this before, so wish me luck. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. We really appreciate it. Leave us a comment, let us know what you think. Be sure to subscribe and hit that bell icon so you'll get a notification the next time we post a video. You can always follow us on Instagram at Old Reading Farm, and I got a couple other cool links in the description below. I'm really...
Yourself situated.
I don't know.
Terrific. Not at all windblown. You always get mad at me when I don't tell you what your hair looks like.
That's not true. It looks great all the time. I'm getting all the bloopers out in just this one take. That's good. That's good. Because that way I won't screw anything up else on the...
Hey, what's up, you guys? This is John from Old Reading Farm.
Should I start all the way over?
I don't know.